Hello, welcome. My name is Adam and I'm from the RICOH360 Tours support team, and I'm going to do the product onboarding for you today. First, we're going to talk about the hardware. The main thing that I want to emphasize with the hardware is that it is small and lightweight. You want to be extremely careful with the camera as it is a delicate piece of equipment. You want to let the property owner know not to come into the room while you're using the camera because it is a sensitive piece of equipment and it is easy to not notice the camera and accidentally knock it over. When you use the camera outside, you can get some really great looking exterior photos of your property. It is also a good idea to have something to weigh the stand down. I use this, which is a fitness weight for your arm or your ankle, and that is a very inexpensive item that I can use to lay on the stand of the camera so that wind does not blow the camera over. A little bit of wind can blow the camera right over, so it is very important to keep that in mind when using the camera outside to take your exterior photos. When you bring the camera into the property, you generally want to set up in the center of the room. Our recommended workflow is to go from the center of each room taking the photos. This allows the viewer to get a full spherical image of each room and then transition to the next room. When you set up in the center of the room, avoid furniture. Try not to put the camera on top of any furniture. Instead, place the camera alongside the furniture so it does not fall over. Additionally, you do not want anything within 6 inches of the lens of the camera. This can cause the photo to look a little out of focus. When you set the camera up, you're going to extend the tripod to the full height. It should be roughly 45 to 65 inches in height, giving us a rough eye level perspective. When you set up the camera, you're going to point the front lens in the direction that you want the viewer to see first. So your main focal point in the room, you're going to point the front lens, and the front lens says the word Theta. So you can see here, my front lens says the word Theta. This is the same on all Theta cameras. The back, if it has a display screen, will have the display screen. This is the back. So you're going to point that front lens at the main focal point in the room. Let's now talk about the buttons on the camera. First is the power button. The very first button is going to be the power button. This turns the camera on and off. When you turn the camera on, the display screen will come on. This takes us to button number 2. When the display screen comes on, you'll see the Wi-Fi icon flashing to let you know that the Wi-Fi is broadcasting. If this does not happen, you can press button number 2 to turn on the Wi-Fi. Button number 3 is going to be for mode, and it will take us out of photo mode. RICOH360 Tours does not work in any other mode other than photo mode. So you'll want to stay in the photo mode when using the RICOH360 Tours application. Finally is the 4th button, and this can be different on every camera, and it is not even an option on all models. So the 4th button in all cases is going to be skipped by the RICOH360 Tours user. It is on Z1 going to allow for plugins, and same thing with Theta X. With the SC2, it's going to be a selfie timer. We have the timer built into the RICOH Tours app. We're not going to use button number 4 in conjunction with the RICOH360 Tours app as it is not supported. Okay, so now we're going to stop and we're going to dive into the RICOH360 Tours mobile application, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So let me set my camera in the center of my room here, and we'll dive into the mobile application. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up the camera, and we're going to take some photos and create a tour together. So let me share my screen. Now I am demoing on an iPhone. If you're an Android user, it will be the exact same process. All right, so here comes my phone, perfect. And we're gonna go into the RICOH360 Tours app. That's the Tours app right here, the red one. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the settings and register the camera. We'll use register Theta. We'll register the Theta. We're going to go ahead and use register Theta down at the bottom. we're going to select the model that we have. If you have anything other than Theta X, you'll use the first option. If you're registering a Theta X, you'll use Theta X. At this point, we're going to enter the serial number for the camera. So you're going to actually enter the full serial number, which appears at the bottom of the camera. So we'll go ahead and type that in together. I'm going to put mine in. You're going to use that full serial number. Perfect. All right. At this point, you're going to want to turn the camera on so that the camera can connect. We'll select register and join. Connection completed, letting us know that the camera is now registered. Okay, now you can see both of my camera registered there. Now I'm going to start a new tour. So I'm going to use new tour down at the bottom. And now I'm going to put in the tour name. I'm actually not going to use this one. I'm just going to go ahead and go right for the address. And I'll select the address there and done. Okay, now I can start adding photos. So the first option is my RICOH Theta. Of course, that is going to be the 360 camera. Additionally, I have my phone's camera as well. The phone camera, I can take a quick still. Usually I'm going to think of maybe some utility items or items that I want to show as a still rather than a 360. Library is going to be anything I have already shot. So anything I have already taken photos of, I can import from the library. We're going to go with Theta to get the live preview. We get the live preview from the camera. And when we're ready, we can fire the camera. We can pan around the room, make sure everything is ready. I'm in the hallway, camera's in the room. I'm going to fire the camera using the remote shutter button. The camera's going to chime to let me know the photo's been taken. It's going to expose for high, low, and ambient light. And then the process photo is going to be received by my phone within a few seconds. Now you can see this photo is processed so that the lighting is corrected in the room. And now I'll do add next photo. I pick up the camera and move to the next room. Now, let's imagine I have a very large room and I need to get far away. In this situation, I'm going to get about 20 feet away. The range for the camera is only about 10 feet. So what am I going to do in this instance? I'm going to engage the timer. I'm going to set the timer for 10 seconds. The timer is to the right of the shutter. Once I set that timer, when I fire the camera, I'm going to get a 10-second countdown. So I'm going to fire the camera. I'm going to let the countdown happen. I'm going to put the phone down next to the camera. I lean the phone up on the tripod and then I run away. I wait for the camera to chime, letting me know the photo's been taken, and then I come back in the room to pick up my phone and label the photo. Once I receive that, I'm going to label that and move to the next room. At this point, we're going to use done, and we're going to back out and go into another tour. Now, once we have the photos, we can start to curate the tour and put the tour into a more meaningful order here. We can make the tour really a tour. So we're going to reorder the photos by dragging and dropping with the finger. Then I can come in here and do the mobile navigation. So if I want to add the tour path, I'm going to use the edit in the upper right here. I'll drag this tour path to the bottom. So I'll use tour path. I'm going to drag this one down and delete it. Now, when I'm ready to re-add the tour path, all I have to do is touch the screen where I want my viewer to go next. So we're going to go forward from the living room into the kitchen. There's kitchen. I'll line that up a little bit better. There we go. And you can see in the kitchen, the system automatically gave me a tag to go back to the living room. Floor plan, you're going to bring the floor plan in here. So we're going to look at the floor plan when we get to the web application. Once you have the floor plan, you'll bring it in from the library. Property information. We can put in some property details right here, whatever you want to convey to the buyer. Analytics, going to give us some feedback about the viewers of the tour. Where are they coming from? When are they coming in? How many viewers are we getting? 3-dot menu, we can preview the tour before we share the tour. Then we have share tour with all of our mobile sharing options. So we have all of our text, email, social media available here. Then copy link, unbranded link, and compact link. 3 different tour links, same tour, different use cases. The copy link is the fully branded tour. The unbranded is specific for MLS. And then the compact link has no address. Edit tour, that's going to be your address information. Deactivate is going to be for your rentals, anything where the property is going to be in use for a period of time, but then eventually come back to the market. You can deactivate and then reactivate the tour. And then finally, delete tour is a permanent delete. So be careful, don't delete anything until that property sells. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump over to the web application. I'm gonna share screen once again, and we're gonna look at the rest of the features found on the web app. Now, these are gonna be all of our AI features, basically everything that you're gonna do after the images are taken. So let's share screen. All right, so you should be able to see app.ricotours.com. This is a website that you're gonna log into, and we can actually complete the tour here. So let's go into this tour. All right, so first of all, we can move the photos around. We can reorder the photos, no problem. We can add photos from the desktop, no problem. Edit tour, let's look at that. So here we have the navigation again. So first, tour path. How do we use this? We're gonna click on the first photo. To add the next photo, all we have to do is drag it up into place. So from the front yard, we're gonna go to the front door. We drag that up into place using the mouse and cursor. And look at that. When we do that, the system automatically tags the photo that we just came from. So you're gonna worry about going forward. The system will take care of going backwards. Annotations. Annotations can be used in every single photo. What I think of in terms of annotations are things like brands. So appliances, furniture. I'll tag them. I'll put in a logo. I'll put in a description, even a purchasing page if I find it to be relevant. Other things that I'll think of are building materials. So cabinet facing, the flooring, anything that is of importance to the viewer in terms of building materials. And then lastly, I would think of infrastructure stuff. So your heating, your cooling, things like that, really any kind of infrastructure that you want to convey to the client. So I'll tag the refrigerator. I'll just call it a fridge. And now if I had a brand for this, I would incorporate the logo for the brand and then the purchasing page as well. I can bring an image in right here, upload that from the desktop, and then any other comments I want to put, I would put that in the description. Starting view is going to change the starting view of the thumbnail. So right here we are in the breakfast nook, and when we rotate, we can give this perspective to show more of the family room. We'll hit save and done, and that will update the thumbnail photo. So now let's dive into the 3-dot menu. This is where all of our really good features are. So here is the first one, the floor plan generator. This is very easy to use. You click on the floor plan generator. You're gonna click continue. The floor plan is $20 per floor. 2-story home is $40. The first one is free. Tell us how many floors you need, and then any additional comments and confirm order. You're gonna wait 24 to 48 business hours for that to show up in your email. You'll have 3 formats, JPEG, PDF, and PNG. Next is the virtual staging. For the virtual staging, this is very easy to use. You're gonna select virtual staging. You're gonna, actually, let's use this room. We're going to hit select. We're going to tell the system what kind of room it is, and then hit execute. In about 20 minutes, you're going to get an email. In that email will be some furniture for you to choose from, and you can make your selection, and that will be added to your tour. You can see I have an example right here. Staged bedroom. Next is the cropping. So for the business plan, you have auto cropping. We're going to select the photo. We're going to hit execute. Now, what's going to happen is that photo is going to go to the server, and the server is going to cut that photo up into multiple stills. This is 2D extraction. So in just a moment here, I'll have 8 2D images that I can choose from and use for all of my marketing purposes, including MLS and social media. It does take it about 60 seconds, but when it's done, we'll have those 8 stills to use, and then we can download those directly to our computer. Now, for the Pro plan, you're going to open the photo, use the 3-dot menu, and export 2D photo. We can manually generate a 2D photo with the Pro plan. So I'll just line that up and export the one photo pretty much right away. And lastly, the AI video maker. Now, for this feature, we're going to select the photos we want in the video. And we're going to select our video quality. So for the business plan, you're going to have 1080p. For the Pro plan, 720. We'll hit execute. That is going to the server. The server is going to take those 360 photos and generate an MP4. You'll get an email in about 20 minutes, and then you can download that MP4 file, and it's going to look something like this. So you can see it's going to pan around the room and then transition to the next position. And these are great for using on social media. All right, next up is copy link. So here are the 3 versions of the tour. Fully branded, brand banner here. Takes us to the URL of choice. Tripod here, business card here, Google Map, film strip, floor plan, and SMS reshare. So that's the fully branded tour. Unbranded, no brand banner, no tripod, no business card, no Google Map. So that is for MLS. And then compact has no address information. So just the top half of the tour. And then finally, your embed code. So that bit of iframe code is cut and paste right into HTML, and then the tour is front facing on your website. You retain the web traffic. The clients are not redirected to us. You have 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. And this is for your corporate site, your marketing site, your website, any website you own, not your social media, not MLS. If I was a realtor, I would have a website, adamsellshomes.com. And on that website, I would have each tour front facing for my client. All right, share to Facebook. Like other apps, we can share out to Facebook. Duplicate, we can make a copy of a tour, move a tour from one scene to another, and then finally delete the tour. Tour off and on for your rentals. And then image enhancement. This is my photos without image enhancement. They are dark because the property was vacant and we're using natural lighting. When I turn the image enhancement on, The images are going to sync with the server, and they're going to be auto-corrected. In general, they're going to look much brighter and better. All right, let's jump over here to the floor plan. Now, once we get that floor plan that we talked about just a moment ago, we're going to bring it in right here. We're going to add floor plan, bring it in from the desktop, and then we're going to come in here and add the labels. So we'll use the three-dot menu, and we're going to do edit labels. And we can click anywhere we want to add those room labels. And then that gives the client the ability to jump around the property via the map. Details. Property information, we're going to use the pen and paper right here. Fill in the property information however you like. And then lastly, analytics. So you can see when the viewers are coming in, how many viewers you're getting, and where are they coming from. All right, we're going to recap on Teams real quick. So for Teams, don't forget, if you want to create a tour for another client, let's say a client outside of your business, and they want their own branding, you can offer them a team. Each team gets their own set of branding tools, their own view of tours, and is a full price membership. Alternatively, you have members. Members are people that work with you inside of your business. They're going to share the tripod logo and brand banner, but they'll have their own unique business card. Each member is invited for half price. Finally, here we have the gear. We can update our subscription information. We can check our order history for the floor plans, and we have our branding for the team. So we have the photo, the tripod, brand banner with that URL. So this is our team branding. And then finally, the business card. So we can come in here and edit this as well. This has been the full feature set from the RICOH360 Tours. This is the basic onboarding process. And if you like, you can continue on to the advanced training. Thank you for joining and have a great day.